Today we're going to discuss our limitations to help other people with their emotional needs. Hi, I'm Gina with Hope and Cope. Here we discuss how to have our best life in spite of painful and sometimes even tragic events in our lives. We are very limited in our ability to really do anything about someone else's spiritual and emotional needs. But there is one thing that I know of that we can do, and I'm going to share that with you at the end of this video. A long time before Rob's addiction, he had chronic suffering from the accident that he had when he was 30. He suffered 2 broken ankles and had subsequent surgeries, lost both of his legs below the knee in different surgeries, and we just had multiple setbacks with his feet, and a lifelong of a life changed and ongoing deterioration in those ankles and pain, chronic pain, and it just really impacted him, and then of course that impacted me, and it was extremely hard for him. He still worked and he was a workaholic, so he gave everything he had when he was at work, and he still tried to give to me and the girls, but he just really overdid it always. And so he suffered a lot physically. He didn't have much boundaries of trying to manage his pain. He just pushed through all the time. And of course, as his wife, I really wanted to ease a lot of his suffering. Of course, I knew I couldn't ease his physical pain, but I wanted to be there. I really wanted to help him spiritually. I wanted to help him emotionally. I wanted to make him happy. I wanted to make him fulfilled. I wanted to do things to ease the burden, the emotional and mental, spiritual burden that he carried from all of the suffering. And I was just crying out to God one day, just telling him how much I wanted to help Rob, and I wanted to make his suffering, I wanted to lighten his burden and ease his suffering. And I feel like the Lord showed me so clearly. He said to my heart, Gina, even if you could, even if there was something that you could do, I wouldn't allow it, because I want Rob to turn to me. I want Rob to seek me for his comfort. I want Rob to seek me for his meaning, his fulfillment, for his strength that he needs to endure what he's going through. He needs to turn to God, not turn to someone else. If someone else, we cannot fill that God-shaped hole that's in every human being's heart. And I know as a Christian we say that God-shaped hole is for salvation, but there is always a God-shaped need. The need for fulfillment, the need for meaning, the need for purpose, the need for acceptance. All these things are things that people need to look to God for, not to other human beings. When we look to other human beings, we're so imperfect, we're so fallible, that even if we can provide momentary comfort or momentary solutions, it's not enough. It needs to come from surrender and devotion to God. And it really helped me when God said, you can't, and if you could, if I could have given a limb, if I could have given an organ, if I could have given one of my legs for his leg, I mean, all those things, he's like, even if you could, I wouldn't let you do something that Rob needs to turn to me for. I wanted to be able to make him so happy, so joyful, that it was worth all the suffering that he was going through. But God did not want that. God wants to be our source of joy and our source of contentment, our source of fulfillment. He wants us to trust Him for the situations we're in, not other people. So even if somebody can ease our suffering momentarily or bring us spurts of joy and relief from our situations, we should not be in there trying to fill that God-shaped hole that only God can fill. So that brings me to my final point, that I said that I do know one thing that we can do, and that's always point our loved ones to God. Always, always, always encourage our loved ones to turn their grief or turn their sorrows, turn their suffering, turn their situations over to God, to lay things in God's hands and trust Him to help us, trust God to help us to endure and to give us the strength and the faith to endure and to just every day walk in victory over the things that we have in our lives that cause us such turmoil. So do you have someone in your life, someone from your past, or maybe someone you're dealing with right now that is really, really trying to make you fit in that God-shaped hole? I hope this is helpful to you. I hope that you will say, that is not my job. I can't keep striving to fill that need. I need to turn my loved one over to God and point them to God and encourage them to seek God for those needs that only God can fill. I hope this was helpful. That's always my desire with every video that I make. Also, the description box, if you want to take a minute, go there. Hopefully you'll find something else encouraging. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up button and share it with a friend. I'm putting out content twice a week now. And so until next time, God bless.